afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily Karlichek. I'm the Director of Marketing and Outreach for Paulson's Audio and Video, and it has been my distinct pleasure to help put on Music Matters for you this week. And we are so grateful to everyone for participating, and we've had such great energy and great questions and conversation all throughout the week, even though we are in a virtual setting. So to everyone who has been joining us, lots of names on the list that I'm seeing right now are very familiar to me after the past week. And we're just so happy with the turnout and with the engagement, and happy that you're all here. So thank you. Today for our final keynote session of the week, we're ending on a very high note by having our friends from Paradigm and Anthem brands with us. We've got Kyle Delnero.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And Joey Perfito.
Hello.
All right, so the guys are going to take over in just a second. A couple of housekeeping things for me. Sorry if you've had to listen to this all week, but it's good reminders. We have a chat box. It should be in the bottom center of your screen. It's a little icon that looks like a text message. So just pop that up and shoot me a message if you have a question, or you can pose it to the whole group, of course. We'll kind of stop and take questions along the way as they come in. And then also, when we start, I am going to pin Joey and Kyle to the main stage. But in case for some reason you're not seeing them, there is a view button in the top right corner of your screen that you can pick speaker view, and that'll be the best way to view who is talking. Other than that, I'm going to let you guys take over after a quick hello from Dan Paulson, one of our owners here.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining. It's the last session for the week, and you know, as the saying goes, save the best for last, right? I mean, it just makes sense. But thank you, everybody, once again for taking time out of a Friday, and we look forward to hearing everything that Kyle and Joey has to say, and a nice sunny day for us. So with that, we'll go from there.
Awesome. Yeah, save the last dance for me. We'll save everything for you guys. So Kyle, Joey, take it away, please.
Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you, Dan. Of course, thank you to Paulson's for having us today. And thank you all for joining us this afternoon on your Friday, so we can talk to you about all the great products that Paradigm and Anthem have to offer, and give you a couple of unique sneak previews at products that we've just released within the Anthem lineup and are releasing in the future for the Paradigm lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be a very busy first half of the year for Paradigm and Anthem, and there's a lot of cool stuff we can talk about now. A couple of things we can't talk. Maybe we might hit something before the end of this presentation, but lots of good stuff from us coming soon.
Exactly. A lot of great stuff for you to be able to enjoy your favorite music, your favorite movies, your favorite video games on your entertainment system, not only in your home, but also in the great outdoors as we start getting into springtime. And we wanted to start with a little bit of backstory on not only who Joey and myself are for the company. I'm the North American training manager for both brands, so I go out and I talk about all the great products that Paradigm and Anthem have to offer to our great dealer partners like Paulson's. And we also talk a lot about future product development, where we're seeing ourselves go in the future, where we've been in the past. And we'll talk a little bit about who Paradigm and Anthem are as brands to get you more familiar. So when you go to Paulson's to get a great demonstration, you already have a lot of background knowledge on the company and the products that you'll be listening to.
Yeah, and I'm one of the regional sales managers for both Paradigm and Anthem, and my job is to create and build relationships with some of the best audio video integrators in the country, like Paulson. So we are on the road a lot when we're allowed to be right now, but we're doing a lot of Zoom calls just like everybody else. But you know, Paulson's is one of the best companies in the country to work with, hands down.
Definitely. And of course, we'd love to be there in person with you, giving you great demonstrations. And that's why it's great to have a local dealer like Paulson's to be able to visit, get demos on great new Anthem products, get demos on Paradigm loudspeakers, and get just overall great customer service. So again, thank you to Paulson's for having us join, and we hope you enjoy all the information that we'll be covering today. First thing I'd like to start out with is a brief history of our company, Paradigm. Paradigm's been around for over 35 years at this point. We were founded way back in 1982 by Jerry Vandermel and Scott Bagby. The reason why that's extremely important is because when we talk about 2019, when Scott Bagby reacquired the company with his son, John Bagby, it's a story of history, technology, developing the best products with the highest performance to value ratio. Going all the way back to 1982, Scott and Jerry Vandermel saw an opportunity to really bring cutting edge technologies, class leading performance at a great value. And that's what Paradigm's been known for many years. whether it's our flagship Persona series loudspeakers that offer the ultimate level of performance, detail, transparency, and dynamics in your favorite recordings, or our entry-level box speaker products like the Monitor SE series, which offers a ton of performance to value for a demanding stereo enthusiast that loves listening to their favorite recordings and music, or someone who's building a home theater system, getting the most immersive environment with some of the great new immersive formats on the market, like Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. And we have tons of options, whether you're putting a bookshelf speaker on a bookshelf, floor standing speakers on your floor, speakers in your ceiling, speakers in your wall, and of course, speakers in your great outdoor spaces. And we'll go further into that here in a few minutes. One of my favorite parts about working for Paradigm as a brand, we're a North American manufacturer, and we make many of our products in Canada. Our facility is based outside of Toronto in Mississauga, Ontario, and we actually make the majority of our products in-house in our facility in Canada. And you'll notice when you see a crafted in Canada product, it has a crafted in Canada logo, letting you know that it was researched, engineered, designed, tested, and manufactured in our facility in Mississauga. What are some of the other great history points on Paradigm that you'd like to let everyone know about, Joey?
Wow. Throwing me on the spot there, Kyle. There's some great patents that Paradigm has come up that has really revolutionized speaker technology. I don't know, we might not be able to talk about that today, but I know Paulson's will definitely be able to talk about that next week on some things that you might be hearing about soon. But yeah, it's amazing technology. It's just the performance to value ratio or price ratio. Value is so important, as you can probably see on that screen, though it might be backwards. But we'll talk about the importance of value and getting the best bang for your buck. I think that is really where Paradigm shines in this speaker industry.
Definitely, and that's why we always start out all of our presentations with one of our favorite quotes from Scott Bagby, one of the original co-founders of Paradigm, and he's the owner of Paradigm, Anthem, and our sister company Martin Logan brands since 2019 when he reacquired the company. There is no value in the absence of performance. We know that performance is very important to our customers, wanting to listen to their favorite music, their favorite movies, their favorite video games, and get a high level of realism, a ton of detail, where it's really transporting you to your favorite concert venue, transporting you into a movie theater, transporting you right into the middle of a video game so you can experience all the action like you're there in person. And that's, of course, even more important now than ever, as we're spending a lot more time in our homes, and we're really maximizing the entertainment value from great televisions, great receivers, amplifiers, speakers that we can use every single day as a great way to break away from our day, get into our favorite movies, go back and watch some of our favorite shows that we've either hadn't caught up on in years or we want to go back and revisit them. And it's like the first time if you have a brand new receiver, you have a brand new amplifier, you have brand new speakers in your home.
In fact, I don't have my receiver in my house right now. I've lended it out to another dealer to do some testing. Getting it back this weekend, and I just bought the Live Aid 4-disc set, so I'll be spending a lot of time this weekend watching those discs. I'm really excited about that.
Yep, and I'll be spending a lot of time listening to some great music and just enjoying the outdoor space. We are in Florida, so it is a little bit warmer here. We hope after today's presentation, we can send some of that warm weather up north to Mission for you guys so you can start enjoying your outdoor spaces as well. And that's why we really want to focus on, within the Paradigm brand, our new product that we're coming out to market with called the Garden Oasis Essentials. Garden Oasis Essentials for us is a great way to bring Paradigm's legendary hallmark sound quality out to your outdoor living spaces. And one of the best ways to be able to do that is to design a system that gives you nice, even coverage around the entire area with great bass response, good off-axis listening, so that way when you sit in your favorite location on your back patio, maybe you're enjoying your outdoor pool area, you can listen at lower levels and you're facing all that audio back towards your home, so that way your neighbors can enjoy their outdoor space as well. And of course, if you want to rock out and you want to party with the whole neighborhood, you can churn it up, you can really enjoy the entire area.
Yeah, it's a much different concept than the traditional on-wall speakers and rock speakers that are in the away from the house. Being able to have speakers around the whole landscape area, being able to play it at low levels like Kyle mentioned. No matter where you walk throughout your backyard, you're going to have nice low level. You don't have to play it really loud where it's going to be so loud people near the house are going to not like it. And then if you're just to let the people way on the other side of the yard, I'm talking about huge houses, right? But yeah, it's a much better way to listen to your favorite music.
Yeah.
Quick question for you guys, if you don't mind me popping in for a second.
Sure.
With your outdoor solutions, with us being in Michigan, some of us like to enjoy our outdoor spaces year round. So even if it's snowing, people might be outside grilling, they might be, enjoying a hot tub, something like that. So all throughout every season, we have spaces like pools and hot tubs, gazebos, all of these different outdoor spaces, outdoor kitchens. Do your products work in all of those spaces all year long?
Oh, of course. That's one of the best parts about our outdoor systems. They're all weather use, so they can, of course, go out into cold environments. They can go into extremely warm environments like we have down here in Florida year round, and of course in the summertime across the entire country. So whether you're using it in the middle of winter or you're using it in the middle of spring, the middle of summer, you've got great Paradigm sound quality. And one of my favorite parts about having an outdoor system, just like you said, Emily, is I do have a hot tub out on my back patio. And at night, when I want to listen to music, I want to enjoy the hot tub, I can listen at lower listening levels, still get great bass response, still get a lot of clarity, a lot of detail from my outdoor and ceiling speakers in my covered patio area. So whether it's a pair of in-ceiling speakers in a covered patio that you may be enjoying throughout the entire year as an outdoor kitchen, you've got an outdoor television set that you want to watch TV outside, maybe it's the fall and you want to have a nice fire pit, you want to have your friends over to watch a college football game, a pro football game, and be able to listen to your system and enjoy it. That's really where we're designing these systems, and we're trying to get great even coverage around the entire yard. So you can mix and match between our great Garden Oasis series loudspeakers. We have a full Garden Oasis package available that gives you the ability to custom design one for your needs, where you can have multiple satellite speakers, multiple subwoofers driven by our amplifiers throughout the entire backyard space, allowing you to even have separate zones of control. And of course, working with a great system designer at Paulson's, they'll make that as smooth and easy as possible. And then you can also mix and match with our more traditional surface mount loudspeakers that can mount onto the side of your home, onto the side of your patio, your deck. So you can kind of mix and match between all the different solutions available based on needs.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the landscape solutions that we do have. It's called Garden Oasis. The Garden Oasis we released a few years ago. It's fully scalable, so that means you can add as many speakers as you want, and you can add a number of subwoofers. So it's been our go-to landscape system. Coming next month, we will be releasing a new Garden Oasis system that is more of an entry level, which is more of a kind of a fixed system, if you will. Same kind of technology that the Garden Oasis has, but more affordable for those smaller yards. So we're really excited to bring that out next month.
And that gives you, of course, the capability of designing a system with the 8 satellites and the subwoofer. Place it around your favorite entertainment area outside and get great sound quality. And again, even at lower listening levels, you're going to have a lot of detail, a lot of clarity, and a lot of bass response in that area. And then you can scale from there. If you need to go to our Garden Oasis separates package, you can get a Garden Oasis satellite speaker with our 4-inch driver or our 6-inch driver. We have 2 subwoofer options available as you scale up in that system. And you can create a system that covers your entire outdoor living space.
Yeah. And for all the do-it-yourselfers, the Garden Oasis Essentials will be packaged as an 8.1 system, and you can power that off of Zone 2 off of your receiver or a small amplifier with some streaming content on there. So it's very, very affordable to start off with the Garden Oasis Essentials. So that's coming very soon.
That's exactly
right. Thank you so much.
And with the great new Anthem products that we'll be talking about today, if you do have a powered Zone 2 output, connected to that powered Zone 2 output, enjoy your favorite entertainment system indoors on your TV and your great surround sound system, hopefully Paradigm and Anthem. and then power that second zone with your Garden Oasis Essentials to enjoy that same sound quality outside. Now, of course, one of the big things that we always talk about here at Paradigm is we want your sound quality to be the best possible. And going back to the history of the company, one of the things that our company is most well known for is we follow the principles of the National Research Council of Canada and their audio science studies from back in the 1980s and 1990s. And those studies actually found that 96% of the people who were tested during the audio studies preferred the same sound.
Yeah.
And that's really what Paradigm and Anthem is trying to give our clients, the best sound quality at the best value. And some of those key principles that we talk about with the NRC studies and how we achieve the best sound quality possible is following these three major topics. Flat mid-range response. Mid-range for us is our vocal range. It's a lot of the instruments that we know and love. So when Paradigm loudspeakers can achieve a flat mid-range response, you're going to get a ton of detail, a ton of clarity when you're listening to your favorite music, your favorite movies, and your other favorite recordings. Another huge principle is smooth off-axis response. We want to give every listener in your home a great experience. So we have smooth off-axis response, whether you're seated right at the primary listening position, or you're sitting in another seated location in the living room, media room, or theater room. And of course, we want to follow our third principle, the lowest levels of distortion possible. Anytime we can lower the distortion levels in your system, you're going to capture more details. You're going to capture the nuances in your favorite recordings, whether you're watching a movie or you're listening to your favorite artists. And then, of course, we want to add something special at Paradigm. So on top of the three major principles from the NRC studies, we've added accurate low-frequency bass response, and we've added superior power handling and reliability, allowing our clients to enjoy their favorite bass tracks, enjoy their favorite loudspeakers for a very long time, getting great longevity and reliability from Paradigm's designs.
And all five of these attributes are going to be found pretty much on every single Paradigm product. So this is not just for floor standing speakers. These are for architectural speakers and a lot of our outdoor products. So it's something that we make sure that all these speakers sound, have the same Paradigm sound throughout your whole home.
And that's the best part about it. You can have it throughout your entire home. Luckily, I've been in the industry for quite a while now and enjoyed all the great equipment that we have to offer in my space. I've got our in-ceiling loudspeakers throughout my home for my distributed audio system. I've got a nice pair of outdoor in-ceiling speakers to enjoy my covered patio and my hot tub area. And of course, behind Joey and I've got my main stereo system. And for me, it's a great way to relax, unwind at the end of the day, listening to the phenomenal performance from my Paradigm loudspeakers and from my Anthem electronics. When we talk about Paradigm and Anthem, our company's histories are very intertwined. And we'll talk about that a bit more when we get into the Anthem side of our brand family. But just know that when we design our speakers and we design our electronics, they're designed with each other in mind. So of course, you're going to get phenomenal performance with all speakers and all amplifiers when you mix and match Paradigm with other electronics, Anthem with other speakers. But if you really want to have something special in our minds, it's pairing up Paradigm speakers with Anthem electronics.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, quick question. Phil wanted to ask, did I hear correctly that Martin Logan is a sister company?
That's correct. Martin Logan, Paradigm, and Anthem, we're all under one brand family.
Yep.
Very cool. Thanks for the clarification.
So we've talked a lot about enjoying the outdoor space, and we've talked about how to design a great system with Paulson's to enjoy your pool area, your hot tub area, your outdoor kitchen. Joey, what are some of your favorite activities to do outside with your distributed audio system at home?
I've got a couple dogs. So when I'm bathing them or playing with them and playing fetch, definitely am turning on my Garden Oasis system outside. I am actually in the beginning process of renovating and adding onto my house. So there will be a lot more speakers out there and a lot more opportunities for me to listen to them. But Kyle's got a great backyard entertainment area out there, and I know he does a lot of grilling as well as hanging out in the hot tub. So
that's right. Yeah. If it's the weekend, usually I'm outside. I've got my ceramic cooker. I'm either going low and slow with barbecue and listening to some of my favorite tunes, or if it's later on in the night, enjoying a nice outdoor dinner with our outdoor patio set, listening to some of our favorite music, and then occasionally to relax at the end of the day, especially if it's been a long day in the car, a long day in the airplane when we are traveling, hop in the hot tub and listen to some of my favorite music. So it really can help you to extend your living space out into the outdoors by having a nice system to be able to enjoy it, whether you're swimming, whether you're cooking, or just relaxing and entertaining friends and family outside. So Garden Oasis Essentials, that's a huge new product for us.
Yep.
It's going to allow us to get into even more backyard spaces, even more outdoor living spaces with a nice 8.1 all-inclusive package from a speaker standpoint, using something like your favorite streaming amplifier, your zone 2 output of your receiver in your main zone, or any 2-channel amplifier that can provide great power to those speakers.
So we probably don't have too much time, so maybe we should talk a little bit about these receivers and give you guys a little bit of a taste, or not a taste, but a little bit more information on what these products are and what they can do. So Anthem, we just launched the new 4th generation integrated receivers and our 7th generation preprocessors under Anthem. So what you're going to see is some new features, better upgraded audio performance, and a whole new look. I don't know how well it comes off on the camera from where you guys are looking, but it is a very beautiful industrial design now that very closely mimics the stereo products of Anthem, the STR series. So they did a phenomenal job of really making sure that these products look spot on.
Of course, and Anthem as a brand, to get you familiar with the Anthem brand, Anthem's been around since 1995. So we're on our 25th, going on 26th year in business with the Anthem family. And Anthem originally came to market to help power and control your favorite home entertainment equipment, whether it's a big theater system in your custom theater room, your media system in your media room, or a stereo system,
right,
which is what I have here with my TV right in the middle that I enjoy every night, whether I'm watching TV or listening to my favorite music. So of course, one of the things we want to talk about is we want to talk about the history of Anthem and what Anthem's been doing for the past 25 years, what we're recently bringing to the market with our new MRX receivers and our new AVM processors, but also just talk about why it's great and it's important to have a great set of electronics to drive your favorite speakers and control your favorite entertainment system. So the thing that I always like to start off with Anthem is we really are synonymous with high performance stereo and high performance home theater equipment. Mm-hmm. When you listen to an Anthem receiver, when you listen to an Anthem processor or our STR series stereo product lines, you're going to get a very, very good level of performance to value that's going to allow you to enjoy your favorite music, your favorite movies, and your favorite video games in your home.
There's that word value again.
Definitely.
Definitely. I mean, whether it's Paradigm or Anthem, doesn't matter what category, what price point, there's always going to be a value in these products.
And going all the way back to 1995, when Anthem started to focus on high performance solid state electronics in the ever growing world of home theater and home cinema, we knew that we needed to take it a step further into the future. And that's why we talk about one of our greatest value propositions with the Anthem brand. That's Anthem room correction.
Absolutely. Anthem room correction is so important. Every room is different. Every room sounds different. So you need a really good room correction software that's going to take the room into consideration. And Anthem is a proprietary software that we've designed. Kyle mentioned the NRC earlier in the presentation. We took a lot of that information and data from the NRC and created Anthem room correction based on thousands of different rooms over the last 15, 20 years. So it's a really important part of the Anthem product.
That's definitely correct. And of course, having a 25-year history building products and releasing them out into the market, we've taken a lot of that data, we've taken a lot of that information when we're designing new electronics, new amplifiers, new processors, new preamplifiers, and integrated amplifiers to ensure that you get the maximum level of performance.
Yeah.
And when we talk about performance, that's what everything goes back to within the Paradigm and Anthem family, and specifically focusing in on the Anthem side of the brand family. We've made great stereo products for the past 25 years. We've made great multi-channel products for the past 25 years to really help, again, transport you in your living room, in your favorite concert venue, in your favorite movie theater, and in your favorite video game, like it's a lifelike experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people ask Joey and I, when we get this product in our home, what is the experience going to be like? And when I think about listening to some of my favorite music on Anthem products and Paradigm loudspeakers, it's like I'm listening to that recording artist standing in the room with them. It's the "are you there" kind of feeling, where you get goosebumps, your hair starts to stand up, and you really feel like you're in a small club listening to your favorite recording artist play for you alone. So that's one of the things that we're really trying to do. And that's why it's so important that we have our engineering story to tell us where we need to make all those additional changes, those additional updates and features as the industry and the way we interact with all of our favorite entertainment equipment continues to change and evolve.
And Kyle mentioned stereo, but movies, of course, are just as important. Most people don't realize that 70% of movies tracks, audio track, is music. And what Anthem and Anthem room correction can do, and not even make it, not just make it more realistic, but also bring out that dialogue that many homeowners tend to have problems with. The center channel just isn't loud enough. You can't understand what everybody's saying. And Anthem room correction can really pull that out and make sure that all the speakers in the system are even sounding, they play the same level, and that dialogue is really dialed in. And that's really part of the experience that many people tend to miss out.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much. Yeah, the dialogue piece is something that's come up a few times this week that folks who are listening in say, I don't know if I'm just, my ears are getting to a certain point of life and not running so well, or what it is. But regardless of age, we have folks who, do struggle to hear that dialogue. And a lot of times it has to do with your setup. And so that's something that has been a common theme throughout the week. I wanted to mention that we do have the brand new AVMs, and we have some great Anthem products in our showroom. We run ARC. We have all kinds of awesome things going on in our showroom to showcase these things. And one of our listeners, or viewers, I guess, had a question. So
Yeah.
Ed was wondering, is room correction a one and done or integrated real-time correction process depending on the source?
It is a one and done. Unless your room moves around, you have to move around some furniture, you get some new furniture, or let's say that you move around some speakers, then you'll definitely want to recalibrate your Anthem room correction. But there's actually something else in Anthem room correction, in our Anthem products. It allows you to create multiple profiles. And this might get a little techie, but for Ed, if you have a room where something in the room changes, like you're opening curtains or closing curtains, or you're opening doors and closing doors, which would affect the acoustics of that room, you can create a room correction profile for the curtains open and one for the curtains closed. So there is some changes that you can make, but for most people, it's a one and done, and you never have to see that microphone and calibration again.
Great, that's super helpful. And I know that for a lot of our clients, not only are they doing AV stuff with us at Paulson's, but they also may have automated shading or lighting, and especially in places like if they have a basement home theater or a home theater that has windows, they want to shut those things off. And so it's great to hear that there are options for that then they don't have to go in every single time and run another ARC process. So that is all. Go ahead.
I think another great part is also, I live in a very small house down here in Florida, and my media room actually backs up to my bedroom. And at night, when everyone else is sleeping, and I'm usually awake a little bit later, I want to play video games, I want to watch one of my favorite movies, I can actually create a night mode profile, and I can reduce the subwoofer in the system.
Yeah.
So I know that's one of the biggest concerns that we have from our clients when they have rooms that are close to other family members in the home, and they want to be able to maybe reduce the output of the subwoofer. You can easily do that with the multiple profiles, but it's going to tune it specifically for your room and your system. So you're not just dropping the level, you're actually creating a separate sonic profile. That's how you get the most out of your system and reducing the subwoofer.
And if you're using a control system that Paulson's has installed, it's all a touch of a button. You don't have to go in and make adjustments to the unit. They'll program it all in. So if it's night mode, you just hit night mode, or however they decide to program it, and they change everything for you. So it's very, very seamless on your end.
Life at the touch of a finger, right? We had a couple more questions come in while you guys were talking, so if you don't mind, we'll throw those at you. Phil asks, and I apologize if I don't say this correctly, is Dirac Live considered a competitor? DIRAC.
Let you take that.
So Dirac Live would be a competitor to Anthem Room Correction. One of the things that's extremely unique about Anthem Room Correction, Joey mentioned this earlier, it's built in-house by Anthem. Anthem Room Correction is a proprietary software. Anthem Room Correction is proprietary equipment that we provide with our great MRX receivers, our AVM processors, our STR stereo components, and even our matrix distribution amplifier that helps to power your favorite distributed audio system in your home.
And our subwoofers.
And our subwoofers and the Paradigm brands. And of course, our sister company and our flagship Persona 9H pair of loudspeakers, which have power bass drivers. So you find Anthem Room Correction on all of our great products that offer it. And I believe it's a huge value. Again, going back to the value to performance statement, we're including that in the price of the receiver, the price of the subwoofer, the price of the speakers where Anthem Room Correction is on board. And it also gives us something else that's unique and special. When we do release a new product, we tailor Anthem Room Correction to that new product. Mm-hmm. If you did purchase one of our brand new MRX receivers or our AVM processors and have it shipped out to your home by all of our great dealer partners like Paulson's and installed, they can run Anthem Room Correction on the new product that has specific new features that were built for.
Yeah.
So when it gets into your space, we can easily calibrate that system with the latest and greatest functionality, because our engineers are hard at work every time we're releasing a product to ensure the Anthem Room Correction is giving you maximum performance. So while it is a competitive product and it is a room correction software suite, I think you'll find a lot of value in Anthem Room Correction. We also include the microphone kit with the new MRX receivers and the AVM processors, as well as our STR series and our Persona 9H loudspeakers with Anthem Room Correction on board. And that kit comes with the microphone that you need. It comes with the microphone boom stand, comes with the necessary connections, and the software is free and available to the public. So you can download it, run Anthem Room Correction on your own, or of course, utilizing our great partners like Paulson's, have them come into your home and professionally calibrate it and really dial it in for maximum performance.
Yep.
You know, there's something really unique in that approach, that you have this room correction opportunity and you integrate it into all of your pieces. And what I love about the Paradigm and Anthem brand family is that you have this way of making everything feel, being so consistent across the board, but somehow feel like each piece was made just for me. And that's something that I think is really unique about what you guys bring to the market, is that, your products feel very personal. It feels like someone took the time to think about, how is someone going to use this in their space? What is it going to do to impact their daily life, their hobbies, their listening style, the things that they really love? That passion is throughout the industry, but I think you guys really take it in a different direction than maybe some other brands do. And that's really special.
Yeah, and I think there's a number of reasons why that is. Part of it is getting the feedback from our dealers across the country and what they need, what their customers need. But then again, it's also, we're owned by a father-son company, and they want to make the very best products they can make. And so I think that is seen in all of our products.
We can definitely empathize with a great combination of fathers and sons running a business and really caring about their clients, that's for sure. Last question for right now from Chris. He says, can the new AV receivers handle multi-zone HDMI output setups? In the past, I think this was a limitation with different sources.
So that's a great question. The new MRX 740, the new MRX 1140, like the one I have next to me right here, has independent Zone 2 HDMI output capability. So you can actually use the same exact source content that's in your main zone and send audio and video to a secondary zone. So you can actually duplicate it. So if I wanted to watch the football game here in my main zone on my OLED TV and I wanted to watch it on the outdoor TV, I have the capability to do that and still get surround sound and great picture on my main system and get the same quality of picture and 2-channel stereo on my television outdoors. Now, another big upgrade feature with the new series of products on top of being able to do that is you can actually use independent HDMI sources on the 2 different zones. So if I wanted to watch the football game here in my main zone and I wanted to use that independent zone 2 output to watch my Apple TV, I have the capability of doing that. Of course, I can still get a beautiful picture. I can still get surround sound in my main zone. And then with the Apple TV, I can get the same quality of picture that I have in the main zone on that secondary display with stereo audio. So that's one of the best new features of the new MRX 740, 1140, and the AVM 70. The MRX 740 does not have the zone 2 output functionality.
Okay, great. Chris said, awesome. Thank you. Great feature add. And that, Chris, that's a great example of what we were just talking about, that, for us as dealers, as the brick and mortar, mom and pop shop, and for us to be able to go to our partners and say, hey, these are some of the things that our clients are looking for. And they're hearing that from all these great partners around the country. And then they're able to add features like that. So great example of the point you guys were just making. It's like you maybe had talked to each other beforehand. So that is all of our questions for right now. I'll let you guys get back at it.
Thank you, Emily. And of course, yeah, that's one of the things that I love about working for Paradigm and Anthem. When we get great recommendations from our dealer partners, we work really hard to integrate those into our products. And on top of the Zone 2 HDMI functionality on the new MRX 740, 1140, and on the AVM 70, we'll talk about a couple more of those features on the new receivers. The new receivers and the new processors that are just making their way into clients' homes and into our great dealer partners like Paulson's are incredible. I really love the performance. I love what we're doing from a future mindset standpoint with the natural upgrade path to 8K as new 8K source devices become more common out in the market, like 8K gaming platforms with all these brand new features like variable refresh rate and auto low latency mode that can really make the most out of your gaming system. But where I always like to start is, of course, we've had great products in our 20 series line that was just discontinued prior to the new MRX X40 series, new AVM 70, and eventually the new AVM 90. And let's talk a little bit about some of those model for model upgrades and what we've done to really upgrade the performance of the entire line.
Well, first of all, in the 540, which is the 5-channel powered unit, the biggest upgrade would be the additional 2 channels. So now you have 7 pre outputs, which also allows us to add Dolby Atmos and DTS:X to our entry level receiver. So that's one major upgrade that 540 has. Another upgrade that's throughout the whole lineup is a new audio platform, and I think that's definitely something we need to mention, is an agnostic streaming platform, which will allow you to cast any of your audio from your phone, your tablet, to the device with either Chromecast or Apple AirPlay. You'll also have Bluetooth, and very, very soon in the near future, you'll be able to utilize Spotify and Roon. So lots of different ways to connect to these units. They're much more easy to set up with the audio on the audio side of things. So we're really excited about that. What about on the 7 and the 11 series?
Well, one other big one on the 540 is we now have wireless connectivity for the first time.
Forgot that one.
Yeah, wireless connectivity, of course, if you're not able to hardwire it into an Ethernet from your router, your switch, or an access point, now we have wireless on all units. And of course, even if you're going to hardwire the unit, always make sure to install the wireless antennas. That gives you the capability of using the new Bluetooth streaming.
Yeah.
So when you do hardwire your new unit onto your network, always make sure to install the antennas, allowing you to unlock all of those 3 streaming options that we have available today. On the 740, one of the biggest feature upgrades, in my opinion, again, is going back to the new independent Zone 2 output, allowing you to really maximize the flexibility and the capability of your system. Another huge benefit, we can now bi-amplify front speakers on the MRX 740. So when you have unused channels of power where you don't have surround back channels or you don't have Atmos height channels, DTS:X height channels, or Zone 2 channels being used, you can actually redirect the power to your front speakers if they are bi-amp capable. So even the most demanding loudspeakers like my large premier 800F floor standing speakers where you really want to get the best overall listening experience, you can now use those channels to give you even more power, better clarity, better details, better dynamic range, and overall more enjoyable listening session. Yeah. So big upgrade there going into the new 740, as well as the Zone 2 HDMI matrix output capability. Same streaming options. So whether you're listening to Tidal, you're listening to Qobuz, you're listening to Pandora or Spotify, you can use Apple AirPlay, you can use Google Chromecast audio, use Apple AirPlay 2, or use Bluetooth to stream to these beautiful new MRX receivers and the new AVM processor. What's another favorite feature, Joey?
Well, on the 1140, we have a new feature that allows you to have two independent subwoofer what's the word?
Outputs.
Outputs, thank you. Yeah, so we have two independent subwoofer outputs to allow you to independently set up those subwoofers. You can set them up as a left and a right, or if one subwoofer is further away from the other one, it'll allow you to set those up independently. So that's a really cool new feature on the MRX 1140.
That is a great new feature. And we also get a common question of what's a nice upgrade on top of things like the independent subwoofer outputs going from the MRX 540, the MRX 740 into the 1140.
Yeah, so one of the big differences is the big toroidal transformer in the 1140. That was in the 1120 before, and that continues in the 1140 as well. So what that's going to do is decrease you gonna help me out here?
It's going to increase the dynamic headroom in the amplifier. So to really capture all the details, all the nuances in your recordings, it's also going to lower the noise.
That's the word I was looking for. So it's going to lower noise floor. Yep, absolutely. So it's a great feature to have in that 1140 when you need that extra power. It can pull from that transformer and give the system what it needs at that for that brief time.
And also for the first time on the 1140, we're now supporting all the way up to 15.2 channels.
Yep.
So that's another huge benefit, especially if you're designing the latest and greatest Atmos system or DTSX object-based surround sound format system. You can have Paulsons come out to your home and introduce new speakers in your system if you already have an 11-channel system with our previous MRX 1120, and use a separate power amp to be able to power those channels and get an even more immersive experience. I can tell you it's one of the coolest things in the industry to me. I've been selling consumer electronics, TVs, projectors, receivers, processors, and speakers for my entire working life. And one of the coolest demos that I had back in 2015 was when Atmos became available. And I'm listening to a plane fly from the front of the room over me in the surround sound system, and I'm still getting all that great ambient surround sound from my main system. So really cool, and it's a nice step-up feature. You can add up to 15.2 channels with 15 channels and 2 subwoofers to give you a truly immersive surround sound environment. So those are the great new MRX receivers and a lot of the great new upgrades. Of course, again, the streaming platform, being able to choose which streaming system you would like to use, Apple AirPlay, AirPlay 2, Google Chromecast, and Bluetooth. Great new upgrades for object-based surround sound formats, including in the MRX 540 for the first time, either being able to have surround back channels or add Atmos or DTSX high channels into the system, and then scaling all the way up to independent subwoofer output capability. Another nice new feature that we haven't talked about yet is Anthem Room Correction Genesis and some of the improvements on the entire lineup. And one of the big improvements that we've made on Anthem Room Correction Genesis to maximize the performance is a direct trickle-down technology from our flagship STR series stereo components. And on top of being able to have independent distance settings and delay settings for your subwoofer and independent levels when you're setting up multiple subs in the system, all models will now have automatic phase and automatic polarity adjustment, really helping to take the guesswork out of dialing in your subwoofers with your main system and giving you perfect bass response at the listening position. That's not available just yet today. That's something we're working on with our latest version of Anthem Room Correction Genesis software. So please stay posted on anthemark.com, anthemav.com as we begin to unlock all of those great new features. So those
Can I jump in? Sorry, Kyle. We've had a couple questions come in and I don't want to interrupt, but I want to get answers. We're ready for answers here. I don't know if this is specific to a certain product or the brand in general, but Phil was asking if it's class A, B, or D amplification.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's actually a combination of both, depending on which model you're looking at. So the 540 is going to be Class AB on all 5 channels, 100 watts per channel. On the 720, 1120, there's going to be more of a hybrid. The 720 will have 5 channels that are AB at 140 watts per channel, and then the rest of the channels will be Class D at 60 watts a channel. So five channels at Class AB. I'm trying to do the math in my head, and 2 channels on Class D. And then on the 11 channel, it'll be 5 Class AB amplifiers at 140 watts, and then 6 Class D channels at 60 watts. So yeah, great question. It's very similar to, or exactly the same as the previous series.
Well, kudos to you for being able to do that math, because I'd have to take my shoes off and all kinds of stuff. It wouldn't be fun. Phil also asks, and again, I don't know if this phrase is correct, how I'm going to say it. He says, does your Bluetooth codec include aptX HD and or LDAC?
Our Bluetooth codec is not aptX HD. Our Bluetooth is Bluetooth version, I believe, 3. I'll have to get back to you on that specific question. That's more specific specification that I just don't have at the moment off the top of my head. But I'll work with Emily, I'll work with Dan to make sure that we provide our version of Bluetooth to you to get you an accurate result.
Phil, congratulations, you stumped Kyle. That's not easy to do. So good job.
Phil has all the really highly technical questions for us this week. He's been keeping things lively. So thank you, Phil. And that is all the questions we have for right now. I'll pop up again and interrupt you if I need to. Thanks.
Awesome. So we've talked about the great new MRX receivers. Let's talk about separates real quick. Our AVM70 processor, and of course the upcoming AVM90 processor. One of my favorite parts about separates in our industry is it's a great value. Starting off with a separate processor preamplifier and separate amplifiers. As new technology evolves, as things begin to change in your system, you start adding more components, you add something new that's the latest and greatest in maybe video resolution or new audio formats, you always have upgrade paths and you always have options, because phenomenal amplifiers like our MCA Gen 2 amplifiers can power even some of the most demanding loudspeakers and give you the flexibility of designing a system with pulse-in anywhere from a 2-channel stereo system to adding in a 2-channel, a 3-channel, or a 5-channel based on your needs. So if you go all the way up to a 15-channel immersive surround sound system, like what you can do on the MRX 1140, on the AVM70, and on the AVM90, you can mix and match between using the receiver's power channels, separate amplifiers to drive the most important speakers in your system, or step all the way into a full separate solution using a processor or preamplifier with separate amplifiers to drive your system. So behind me, and it's a little bit tougher to see, below the MRX 1140, I do have an AVM70 processor with my 5-channel amplifier, and I utilize separates in my main system to really maximize the performance, again, lower the noise floor, and provide more dynamic headroom for my amplifier, where I can play loud, I can play for longer listening sessions, get a ton of detail, and all the nuances in my favorite recordings. So utilizing separates, utilizing a separate preprocessor and a separate amplifier is going to take you to that next step up in performance from an all-in-one component like an AV receiver.
Yeah, and for all the laymen out there, I try to use the analogy that women, especially more than men, and I don't have any hair, but women rarely ever use 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. They use separate shampoo and separate conditioner to maximize volume and all that great stuff. Same kind of sort of thing is that separates being able to have a preprocessor like the AVM70 doing all the switching and the processing, and then having another piece of electronics, the amplifier powering those speakers. Keeping those as separate as possible is going to maximize your experience in that system.
And of course, it's all about performance.
Yeah.
Just giving you the best performance, the best value, and the new ADM70 processor that's beginning to arrive in your homes and arrive in Paulson's showroom is the first step in that, right? It's the heart of your system. Like Joey said, that's where all your source devices plug in. Your TV output is going to plug into that ADM70 processor, and it's going to be the heavy lifter in the system, decoding all the greatest surround sound formats like Dolby Atmos, DTSX, really giving you that immersive surround sound environment. And of course, if you're like me and you have a stereo system with a beautiful television in the middle, you can use it for all of those same purposes and use a separate power amplifier to give yourself a great stereo with a TV right in the middle. And that's what I do here at my home with the ADM70. On top of all the surround sound format upgrades that we've talked about, having the independent subwoofer outputs like on the MRX 1140, another really nice feature of having a separate processor is you can build your system year over year. So you can start with a 2-channel stereo system and continue to add more speakers, more amplifiers, and build that out based on your room's design and your room's needs. So in my case, where I have a media room that's a 5.1.2 system for Atmos and DTSX, if I want to grow that system, I can always add additional amplifiers. I can put in new speakers. I can maybe put in surround backs, add some Atmos height channels, some DTS height channels, and give myself an even more immersive environment. Another really big upgrade feature on the new ADM70, we know tons of our listeners out there love turntables. And it's been a request for many years within the Anthem processor lineup to have a moving magnet phono input. So now not only can I use it for all of my favorite entertainment equipment, my gaming systems, my cable box, my Blu-ray player, maybe my Mac mini computer like I use for all my digital music, but if I'm an analog audio lover and I have a great turntable with a moving magnet phono cartridge, I can plug right into the ADM70 and enjoy it.
Yeah, and if Kyle didn't mention one of the new upgrades from the AVM60 to the AVM70, we're going from 11 channels pre-out to now 15. So now you can really add more channels for Dolby Atmos and really maximize your movie listening.
That's exactly right. So again, you get the multiple subwoofer outputs, allowing for independent subwoofer calibration, independent distance and delay, and you get the flexibility to go all the way up to a 15.2 channel system with the new AVM70. And again, going back to the performance, when you have separate components, you have a separate preprocessor and separate power amplifiers, you're reducing the noise in that signal path. So you're capturing all the details, you're getting all the clarity, all the dynamics, and everything really comes alive in the room. And then as things begin to evolve, things begin to change, we have a great upgrade path in mind for you. Earlier, we mentioned the entire series was designed with an upgrade path to 8K once that becomes available. Now, we don't have any details on that right now to share with you, but just know that it was designed with an upgrade path in mind, and you can make use of your 8K source devices today with the enhanced audio return channel output of your favorite display device. So in my case, I have a gaming system that has some of the new HDMI 2.1 features available, auto low latency mode, and variable refresh rate. So when I want to use that with any of our great new receivers or our great new ADM70 processors out in the field, I can send my sources directly to my television from my Xbox One S, and then I can use the enhanced audio return channel output on my capable television back down to the new MRX receiver or AVM processor and still get immersive surround sound for my favorite video games, my favorite movies, or my favorite television shows.
Yeah.
Guys, can I pop in for just a second? So I think you might have kind of answered this, but I want to make sure. Chris was just asking if these units support 8K and 120 hertz output right now.
Of course, that's a great question. At this time, the inputs won't support 8K, variable refresh rate, or auto low latency mode if you're going directly from those source devices into the MRX receiver or the AVM70 processor. So what you would want to do in that scenario is run those source devices that are capable of auto low latency mode, variable refresh rate directly to your new 8K display, and then use the enhanced audio return channel back down to the receiver or the processor. So that allows you to get the most out of your new gaming system or your new source device that's capable of 8K or some of those great new formats.
And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I don't believe there is anything that can do 8K 120. I think you're going to be going over the maximum bandwidth that the 2.1 chips for HDMI are able to do, which is 48 gigabits per second. So I think the ones that are out there are what 8K 24 I think are right now, and down the road will be 8K 60. I'm not 100% sure, but the 120 and the 8K I'm almost positive that's just not capable with the new chips that are out there. It's just too much bandwidth. But you could use 120 with 4K. That would get you well under the 48 gig.
Gotcha. Okay. And then Phil said just everything he's seeing is super impressive from you guys right now. And he asked if Anthem is also made in Canada.
So of course, depending on the product, we do make our STR series components, the STR flagship stereo component line in Canada. It's crafted in Canada, researched, designed, engineered, and manufactured in Canada. Our MCA Gen 2 amplifiers are crafted in Canada, and many of our other Anthem products are crafted in Canada.
Yep. The receivers and the preamplifiers are made offshore, but not in China. So I know that's sometimes a sticking point for some customers, but they are made in Vietnam.
Hi, puppy.
Two guests recently joined us.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I heard something that sounded like collars, and I said either you have dogs or you have very unruly children. Gary says they mentioned the new receivers will soon have Rune capability. Will the STR amps get this as well?
That capability is only on the new receivers and the new processors coming in a future firmware release. The STR series does not have a native player built into the unit. So if you have a device, your favorite streaming device, your computer that has Rune on board, you can of course plug into one of your favorite digital or analog inputs on the STR series preamplifier or integrated amplifier to use Rune to play back in the system.
Okay, cool. As of right now, that's all of our questions. We are getting close to 5 o'clock our time. So I'm going to let you guys wrap up whatever you need to show us before we conclude today.
I think the way that I would really like to conclude is, of course, thank everyone for their time. Thank you to Paulson's for having us join their great customers on this virtual session of Music Matters. And what I'd like to leave you with is please go to Paulson's. Check out the great Paradigm and Anthem products that they have in their showroom. You get great demonstrations, listen to some of your favorite music. And of course, if you've been looking at Paradigm's Facebook page, looking at Paradigm's website as of late, we have some really exciting stuff coming very soon.
We do. We can only tease it right now. So if you do go on our social media, you will be teased again about some stuff that will be coming, and we'll be announcing it officially on March 3rd. And if you have some time on March 3rd, you might want to give Paulson's a call and see what they might have for you to hear. So that's as much as I can say, but they will be the first dealer to have something like this. So go check that out.
All right, Dan, any thoughts from you, my friend?
No, I would just like to echo what Joey and Kyle said, that again, there's some teasers online, and we would love to just verbalize everything that we can, but we can't say things. But hey, like Joey said, March 3rd, stop on by. It'll definitely be worth your while. I can't say much, but I've had a chance to peek behind the curtain, and it is awesome. And I can't wait to hear it as well. So, but thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure hearing everything about the new products. And we'll definitely be doing another event in the future. And hopefully we can do some in-person demonstrating, because again, you guys just have so many new products to offer for indoor, outdoor receivers. It's an exciting time to be an Anthem and Paradigm dealer, and our clients are equally as excited. So thanks again for all of your great questions from our clients and all your time today, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Everybody have a great weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great weekend.
All right.
Everybody.
All right, this is our last session, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. What a fantastic week of Music Matters. Remember, the week is not done. Tomorrow, you can stop into our showroom and have private demonstrations. Of course, masks, sanitizing, social distancing, all of those great things are in place to keep you safe. And we're ready to show you some really, really phenomenal products. So please stop in and see us at Paulson's. Pick up your wonderful amenity box. It's our thank you to you for participating in Music Matters. There are lots of great gifts in there from Paulson's and our brand partners. And on Tuesday, March 2nd, we will be announcing on social media the winners of our giveaway. So make sure you turn into our social media. We'll also contact you directly. So March 2nd, you could win stuff. March 3rd, come in and see us and see some great new products from these guys. The prizes for our giveaway include a Sonance Patio series, a Sonos Move, and a Bowers & Wilkins custom vinyl collector's box. So great things we're giving away, and as many sessions as you attended, that's how many entries you have into the giveaway. Once again, Kyle, Joey, honor and a pleasure, guys. Really appreciate you. Dan, and to everybody else, thank you for being here with us and helping make my week, because I have had a blast and learned a ton. So thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.